Total devastation for China's top seed as Peng gets absolutely swept in a stunning 3-game blowout. In a result that has sent shockwaves through the table tennis world, the heavy favorite was sent packing with a humiliating 0-3 scoreline. Luka Mladenovic didn't just win this match. He dominated every exchange, using his unorthodox anti-spin rubber to turn Xiang's own power against him. We are diving straight into the round of 32, where a massive mismatch on paper turned into a tactical masterclass on the court. Peng stepped up to the table as the clear favorite, expected to cruise through with his signature Chinese explosive power and heavy top spin. But standing in his way was the defensive specialist Luka Mladenovic, a player who thrives on making his elite opponents look like total amateurs. The match began with Xiang trying to assert dominance through his serve, but the feedback he got from the other side was anything but normal. Every heavy spin loop from the Chinese star was coming back flat and dead, forcing errors he simply couldn't explain or adjust to. Mladenovic quickly raced to an early lead in the first game, signaling to the crowd that a major upset was potentially brewing in the arena. Even though Xiang managed to claw back a few points early on, you could already see the frustration and confusion building in his eyes throughout this breakdown. Well, see how Luka achieved a massive 33-19 total point advantage and an unbelievable 9-point consecutive run in Game 2. Get ready. The top seed managed to fight back to a 4-4 tie, desperately trying to find a rhythm against the defensive wall in front of him. But once the service changed back to Mladenovic, the tactical nightmare for the Chinese favorite truly began to unfold. Luka's serves were incredibly tricky, not because of high speed, but because of the total lack of predictable rotation on the ball. Look at this. 5. And Peng's frustration is boiling over as he realizes his top spin is being used as a weapon against him. One last serve was just a fluke. What happens next in the second set will leave you absolutely speechless. Game 2 starts, and Luka immediately seizes the momentum, taking the first point with a devastatingly slow, short block. He doubles down to make it 2-0 as Xiang's heavy loops continue to fly uncontrollably off the end of the table. The service changes back to Luka, but the story remains exactly the same: total and complete dominance from the defensive specialist. Mladenovic is now up 3-0, and he is making one of the best players in the world look like a complete amateur. This is the technical breakdown. Every time Xiang adds more spin, Luka's rubber returns it as a confusing, total dead ball. Peng finally gets the ball back for his serve, but his sagging body language suggests he is already mentally defeated. Luka moves to a stunning, and the arena has gone completely silent watching the top seed crumble under the weight of the anti-spin. Mladenovic isn't just winning points, he is playing psychological chess, and he is 3 moves ahead of Xiang every single time. The score reaches a humiliating. He follows it up with another aggressive attacking sequence, clawing his way back to 3-9 as the crowd begins to sense a desperate shift in energy. The serve returns to the Chinese superstar, who knows he needs a flawless run of points if he wants to avoid a catastrophic 2-0 deficit in sets. Pushing through the mounting nerves, Xiang resilience. Suddenly, it is 5-9. The massive 9-point lead that seemed insurmountable just minutes ago is shrinking, and the momentum is visibly swinging toward the top seed. Recognizing the danger, Luka Mladenovic prepares to take the ball back for his serve, knowing he must stabilize his game before this comeback becomes a reality. Sensing the psychological tide turn tactical clarity, Luka executes a perfect defensive sequence to earn himself 5 massive game points at 5-10. The tension is palpable as Luka prepares to serve for the set. his seizing a 0-1 lead, with a punch block that seems to defy the usual laws of table tennis physics. It is 0-2 now, as Xiang, letting out a small shout as he tries to reignite the competitive fire that usually carries him to victory. However, Mladenovic is absolute tense. Mladenovic forces another error to move ahead 6-8, with the finish line now clearly in sight. Peng takes the serve, but the disbelieving Mladenovic's 10th point won off the top seed serve today. Xiang fights back for 7-9, showing a final flash of the brilliance that earned him the top seed. He narrows the gap to 8-9, refusing to let this nightmare end without a desperate struggle. But Luka remains stone cold, carving out match points at 8-10 with his trademark defensive grit. One final serve for Peng, but the psychological damage of the anti-spin rubber is already irreversible. There it is. Luka Mladenovic wins 8-11 to complete one of the most shocking straight sets sweeps in history. Dominating 33-19 overall, Luka turned Xiang's power into useless dead balls, proving tactical genius still beats raw speed in 2026.